Whip, bye everybody. That's a short little whip, all right. I don't know. It's like I need some energy,
That's
man. Hold on.
a condensed version. That's a condensed version.
Let's try it again, like Mad Dog. Whip, all right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Viva Los Bills. I'm Will Cologne, aka Buffalo Will, and we're joined by everybody's favorite cousin Vinny.
What's going on? What's going on?
As always, Big Bobby Blackjack. He's in the background holding it down. So if you have any comments, questions, just throw them out there. He'll throw them up for us. Last week I was left all alone, man. All alone.
I know, man. I'm sorry, bro. But man, you know what? It was my 20th year anniversary. I had to, bro.
Yeah, we shouted it out. We shouted it out for you guys.
I appreciate it. You represented well, though. You represented well. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to handle it by myself the way you did. You did a good job.
Yeah, we did all right, I guess. I had to cut it short though because it felt weird over here, you know.
You felt lonely. You felt lonely.
Felt kind of lonely, and just doing this. What is that noise back there? Is that you making noise back there? My goodness. Anyway, as always, we're live on I-95 Sports Network, channel 198 on Ziggo TV, and I guess we'll start talking some football here. But hey, anyway, did you enjoy your anniversary?
Yes, sir. I sure did, man. I appreciate you asking. I sure did. I had a good meal, but it was kind of short-lived because I kept checking my phone to see how you were doing and see how the show was going. So I'm like, hold on, sweetheart. I'm going to the bathroom real quick. Go in the bathroom real quick
really?
And check out the content. Yeah, you did a good job, man. Proud of you, brother.
That's funny. I'm going to wait for something to fly across the screen and see if she throws something at you now.
Oh, no. She actually went to work out, so that's good. Unless she's watching it on the phone while she works out, she might comment. Call me a name or something.
Well, that's good. It's all right. It's past tense. So, all right, man, here we go. NFL news for the week from last week, catching up to today or whatever. One thing I hadn't touched on last week was there was a lot of false positives for this COVID-19 happening. And according to the NFL right now, the COVID-19 positive test rate amongst players and staff is at 0.46%.
Nice.
So they're doing a pretty damn good job keeping the stuff under wraps as of right now. Or, you know, unless they're not putting it out there. But everybody seems to put out there, whoever's out there right away, except for the Pats. I don't know if you saw that. The Belichick was like, I ain't saying nothing. But what else is new with that guy, you know? And I don't know if you saw, this came out. I mean, what was it? The Seattle cornerback, undrafted rookie, Kamad Silverand. Yeah, they ended up getting cut. Why? Because he tried sneaking a girl into the team's hotel rooms.
Oh, my goodness.
Hotel. The girl had a hoodie on, a Seattle Seahawks hoodie, so she was trying to get by like that. But somebody saw her, and they noticed. Now the poor kid has lost his possible job. Maybe somebody.
What did they do? Did they suspend him, or they
cut him?
They canned him. Oh wow!
Canned him. So you went from undrafted to being picked up by one of the better teams in the league. You got a chance, and then you go blow it because you had to have some girl come visit you. I don't know if it was his girlfriend or fiance or what, who it was, but either way, man, he just blew.
Yeah, man, not smart, man. I mean, you know, these guys are getting paid mega bucks, and they got a couple rules they gotta, you know, be accountable for. So, you know, I mean, on one one hand, it's good that they're holding them accountable, but on the other hand, it's like somebody probably, you know, lost their career over some dumb mistake. You know, hopefully somebody else will pick them up.
Times.
Especially now that everybody, absolutely, man. Wow. Yeah. But man, that's a tough pill to swallow. You know, I mean, he's getting cut just for that. I mean, how do you explain that when you're a grandpa? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I got cut because I was trying to sneak a girl.
Maybe that'll be the grandma at the time. Like, you know what happened?
Yeah, she better be right now. She better be his ride or die right now. You know what I mean? Now is the die time, so she better be riding with him. For sure.
Let's see if she doesn't hop out and leave.
Oh, my goodness.
So, hopefully that doesn't happen. But the kid blew his chance like a dummy. But I don't know. Makes no
Now
sense.
you were talking about the level of the COVID-19 being so low, the average. I've read somewhere that I think the coach for the LA Chargers had tested positive for it. I don't know if you read that.
I did see, like he said, he ended up coming out and saying he did have COVID. I have not looked into it. I mean, I could check it out while we're going, but I did not see. It's Anthony Lynn, the ex-Bills coach too. Yeah, he ended up having it, which was
wow.
Pretty
This
cool.
COVID stuff ain't no joke. I mean, I'm glad that the numbers are starting to dwindle and start to turn down, but it might change once they get into contact. You know what I mean? Like real contact. So we're gonna see how that goes.
The only thing, all these guys have been together already for what, a week or 2 weeks?
Yeah.
We have less than a month away before regular season.
5 weeks to be exact. 5 Sundays.
Is it 5? All right. See?
5 Sundays.
I mean, there you go. Even better.
But if you see what's going on with the COVID, doesn't it take like 2 weeks before you could get, if you could show signs, or unless you're asymptomatic or whatever, but shouldn't it show up like 2 weeks? So you figure 2 weeks from now we'll be finding some stuff out. Hopefully not.
The thing is, they say it takes 2 weeks to get rid of supposedly or exit your system or so you're not contagious or some crap. But everybody is off the list. That was another thing we'll get to later. But I mean, our list is clean. So we have nobody on that list right now. So it's looking good. And like I said, a lot of them were false positives.
That's great.
And
that's great news.
That continues.
Yeah, I saw online real quick before you change the subject on how the Bills they're upgrading their facilities to be COVID friendly, in terms of spacing and everything. Now I read somewhere that they actually have something, I don't know if it's a watch or a collar or something that beeps if they get too close.
Really?
Man, I read that a couple weeks ago, and I forgot a couple days ago, and I forgot to actually investigate a little bit more. But they actually have an alert system to where if they're 6 foot, closer than 6 foot, I think it's a watch or a band or something that would alert them, would beep, which I thought was pretty cool, at least because, you get caught up. All of a sudden, hey, man, you want to give somebody a pound, you want to give them a high five or a good play or something, or, just joking around. And that's a good reminder because I'm all over the place. If you were sitting right here, I'd give you a high five for doing a good job last week. See, and then we both be infected.
We have to give elbows and shit.
Yeah, give
it. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Real quick. Anthony said, "I can't promise you're not going to get infected." He's like, "I got infected." I guess this was during Hard Knocks, which I haven't seen. I just can't even tell you how he became infected. He said. Lynn said the virus that needs to be quarantined makes you feel like an outcast. When he did, I guess, he just doesn't know how or when it happened, but it happened to the guy. And he opened up, I guess, during Hard Knocks and said it, which, hey, at least, he said it.
Yeah.
Came out. He didn't close.
Yeah.
Hola. ¿Qué tal?
Hola. Hello. That's the alert. We were getting too close.
That's the alert. Listen, if I'm a player, I'm not putting no damn collar around me saying I got too close.
No, it ain't collar. It was like a wristband or something. Yeah. But according to I think there's a total of like 60 players that have withdrawn from the season for the whole, opted out on their season because of the virus. Yeah. I think the most affected team was the New England Patriots. I believe they had 8 players that opted out. So that's a vast majority, and I think the whole linebacker core is gone from what I read, which is good for us. I mean, I hate to say it's good for the Bills, but you don't wish that on anybody. You want, if you want all the competition, you want everybody to be healthy. Just like when somebody gets hurt, I'm the type of guy, like, I love the game of football. Like, if I see somebody get hurt on the field, it's a contact sport. People are going to get hurt. But I feel bad, even if it's the opposing team. It's like, damn, man, that kind of sucks. Because look what happened with the Jets. Who was it? Jamal Adams it was, I believe, that got hurt. I mean, was it Jamal Adams? Who was it that got hurt on the Jets when they played us? He was killing us. And then we wanted to winning the game, that first game. Mosley, that's who it was. Yeah. And, and he was a game changer. Once he got out, we started doing a lot better. But I don't wish nothing on nobody, like that. But I mean, it is the New England Patriots though, so 8 players because hey, it is what it is. But I don't know what what the payout is on the guys that have withdrawn. I think they received like 150 grand off their salary or something like that. I don't know. You probably know more the numbers on them or how the contract works when they opt out.
I think it's different per contract, depending on how much they're making stuff. Yeah, I know EJ Gaines, that was something I hit. I think he was supposed to get 900 and some, a little less than $1 million. And being that he opted out, he's getting $130,000. And yeah, like you said last week, I said the Pats ended up having 8 people. They led the way with 8 people. The Browns were second with 5, and 4 of them were offensive linemen. So that hurt them. And then there's a bunch of teams with 3, and we only had 2, which was EJ.
Now EJ Gaines opting out. You had him on the chopping block too, anyway, being cut. So does he benefit for that then because of that? Do you think that he perceived something, just took the opt out, knowing that he might get cut?
I don't know if he saw that, but like I said, there was a lot of depth there. And they ended up I guess he did what was best for him, man. He sat all of last year, so he was hurt. Maybe he came in, didn't feel 100%, and said, you know what? Maybe I'll just sit this out. I'm still going to make $130,000, which is a nice check.
Nice chunk of change. When you not for them, but for me it is absolutely. But last week when I did talk about, we touched on Trey and how he made the decision to play. Everybody loves Trey. And I was looking at the comments, he said that, he was doing it for his family. He hadn't made a decision that his girlfriend's grandfather got sick. I mean, can you blame the man? I mean, you got to look at it both ways. The guy doesn't want to get his family sick. Yeah. But then you got a blue-collar guy just getting above minimum wage saying, wait, hold up. I got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? I got to take the risk. Why does he doesn't take the risk? So it was a lot of mixed feelings because of that. Yeah. But Trey's the kind of guy you don't want to piss off. He's pretty much the best cornerback in the league. So, that's one contract I can't wait to get locked into. But, why would you want to, the guy, you got to respect the man's decision. And no matter what, no matter how many minutes, is it really worth getting somebody in your family sick over this stuff? You know what I'm saying? So, but once he said all in, those 2 words, I was excited. I'm like, man, he's bought into the system. He's going to take the risk. He sees, because these guys are not dumb. They assess the situation, see how they're going to get, protected from this virus. They see what the Buffalo Bills organization is doing to keep them safe, what steps they're, to keep everybody safe for that matter. And that being said, he assessed it and he says, you know what, I'm going with the season, which I know everybody on the Bills side is excited. I know I'm excited because he's there and pretty much everybody's in now because the deadline was 4:00 last Thursday to opt out.
Yeah, everybody was pumped. I mean, he did get attacked, which was kind of crappy, but it is what it is. It's going to happen when you're in that spotlight.
You're not going to make everybody happy. It's a shame because we're all in the same boat. We're all excited. We were talking about the season, how the depth, how much depth we have at every position, how we're good we're looking, how excited we are. And then here comes COVID 2020. COVID-19, like all of a sudden you got EJ Gaines. You get a couple of rookies that get, tested positive. And then now you're like, wait a minute. We can't have a guy, the head coach. We can't have Josh Allen. We can't have any of the major guys get sick. I mean, I don't want anybody getting sick, but it changes the whole dynamic of the game. I know people have to step up in their position, but looking at the way everything is on paper, you're expecting all these guys to contribute. And, it's a tough thing to be in. It's a tough situation. 2020 is unprecedented everywhere with all the stuff that's going on. 2020 has not been a good year. The only thing that'll override 2020 is 2021 when we get to that Super Bowl. That's the only thing that will cancel out 2020 in my book.
Yeah, and I saw somebody tweet about that. It was like, well, I don't know if I want the Bills to get there and if they win it because there's going to be an asterisk. They're going to be, oh, well, they won it because of COVID.
Man, I don't give a damn. I don't care. That's their part. Everybody's going through it. If it was just certain teams that weren't going through it, but all of us going through it. That's like you have a great team and all of a sudden your quarterback, dislocates his elbow. Now you got to step. Anything happens. It's the football gods, man. It's just whatever's meant to be is meant to be, bro. That's why you got to have a good GM like Bean that gets everybody depth. That way somebody steps off. Hey, we got somebody right there that's competitive. That's going to step up in that position right away.
Yeah, and I mean, like we said, all season. Yeah, they have depth, which is great. We have depth, and if somebody gets sick, then we're going to slide them in and next guy up, and that's the way it was last year, and it's the way it is this year. So it's good. Like I said, with White, people were like attacking him. Like you said, blue collars, like, hey, I gotta go to work. Why don't you go to work?
Yeah.
I gotta go. I'm not making all that money, which I get. And like we said, you gotta respect. It would have sucked, but hey, you gotta respect it. His girlfriend's
absolutely
grandfather passed away from it, so it hit home, and I guess he got scared. And
absolutely, I'm not mad at him.
No, but hey,
I'm not mad at him.
He's on board.
Yep.
Look at,
and then and with the competition, man. I mean, like you said, anybody could. If something happened to Trey, somebody gonna have to step up.
Yeah.
That's just the bottom line. But I do love. I could just imagine Diggs going against Trey. That must be a sweet matchup in practice, man. The best of the best, just going against each other. You know what they're doing? They're just making each other better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about that.
Supposedly,
we just got to see.
I don't know if you saw John Brown said, "Hey, with the receivers and Dable's offense, the defense doesn't know what to do." So I mean, we have a top 5 defense, and they're kind of like, "What's going on here? What's going on here?" So hopefully that's things to come for us to see.
That's a good thing. And he also said the 2 rookie wide receivers got the playbook and learned it within a week. That they're right on the same page. So that's a great sign too. You know what I mean?
Yep. And that's why Ray's gone. And if these guys don't step up quick, man, they're going to be gone too. These kids look good and they look hungry. On another note, let's go on here. Darius Geis, the running back out of Washington. Now this guy, I saw he was waving. I'm like, whoa, let's go pick him up. This guy's a beast if he's healthy. And then when I saw why he was released by the Washington Football Club. Related
Washington, whatever, yeah.
Yeah, Washington Football Club. He was arrested due to domestic violence-related charges. And when I saw that, I was like, no.
Yeah, it ain't happening.
Nobody's messing around with that no more. This kid, hopefully, I don't know, gets his crap together, gets counseling, does all the steps he has to, and maybe he gets another shot. But, I mean, he was a very good football player as long as he's on the field. He's a little injury prone since his rookie year.
Well, that's why there was some concerns when they drafted him too back in 2018 because he was already kind of off the board because he had problems with I think he had problems with his knee and his character off the field. So it's nothing new. You know what I mean? So this kind of like they look at everything. They look at your physicality if you're durable. They look at your your past. They look at your tweets. Look what happened to our backup quarterback, Barkley, with your tweets and your social media. They go way back, so they pretty much can assess your character before you even get into the NFL. So, they took a chance on him. He's injury prone, cut his knee, and then his character. And then they're like, you know what? We're going to give this guy a chance. And you know what happened? He blew his chance.
Yeah, blew it again. So, again, hopefully he goes through the steps, does what he has to do, and maybe he gets back on the field, but it's going to probably take a while. Now,
it says here he had 3 knee injuries, and played 5 games in 2 seasons, so all in 2019. He averaged 5.83 yards on 42 carries. I mean, that's a good average, but what good is it if you can't last? You know what I mean? He had 3 knee injuries, so that's pretty rough.
No, like I said, when he's on the field, the guy is good, but he can't stay on the field. And keeping in the Washington Football Club, Alex Smith. He's cleared to play for almost 2 years after that nasty broken leg he suffered. Rivera said as long as he's healthy, he's going to be in QB competitions with Dwayne Haskins. And Dwayne's like, I'm welcoming it. Personally, if Alex Smith even is close to what he was when he signed the deal before he got hurt, I don't think Dwayne's going to start. Unless they want to say, hey, let's keep with the youth. I don't know, man. Dwayne has not looked all that great last year, so maybe he'll look better this year. But I think Alex could beat him out.
Absolutely.
That's my opinion. So we'll see that.
Depends how gun shy is because he suffered a bad leg injury. It's kind of we'll see once he takes some snaps, live snaps, and gets hit once or twice, that's how you gauge how a person's going to play after an injury like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, his leg, usually broken bones come back harder or stronger, but we'll see.
Yeah, but you always got that fear. You know what I mean? You always have that, twist an ankle in basketball, you're out 2-3 weeks, and you go back, and now you're kind of running gingerly on it. You're scared to twist it again, So, like I said, after he takes a couple of hits, we'll see how he goes.
You know who was gunshot like that?
Who?
Trent Edwards. You remember Trent Edwards?
Oh, yeah.
Trent Edwards, he came back out. That kid was on point. He was good in the pocket. And then I forgot who it was that ripped him the first time, and he had that concussion. After that, he was not the same player. He was like gunshot looking. He tried to dump
scared. Yeah.
I forgot which game. Not too long after he came back, he took another shot, got knocked out again, and that was it. He was done.
He was done.
I think let him go or traded him. I know he went to Arizona, but that guy is a good example of he got popped one good time, and his career was never the same.
That's all it takes, man.
Yeah, he did not want to do anything. Now, another thing in the news was tight ends today, I guess. Starting Thursday. Well, it is today, Thursday, I think. Well, anyway, Travis Kelce got a 4-year, $57 million deal, and George Kittle got a new deal, 5 years, $75 million, which makes him the highest paid tight end in a game. I mean, both of those guys are good. Kittle already, I think he's made, not Kittle, Kelce, I think he was already made $33 million, I think, with the Chiefs or whatever. So this is just
he had 46. It was 46 million.
46 already?
Yeah, he had 2 years left on his contract. It was on his 5-year, 46 million. No, you're talking about Travis Kelce, right?
Yeah. Well, both of them. Kelce's just getting a new deal.
New deal.
This is George Kittle's first deal after his rookie contract. He was on his last year of the rookie contract. They gave him a pay increase, and he's the highest paid tight end now in the league. Kelce already this is like his third contract or something.
Yeah.
So it just bumps him up there. Because I was surprised. At first, I'm like, man, Kittle's going to make more money than Kelce. But he already got his payday. This is his second payday coming. So
second payday, yep.
Yeah, Kittle.
He's proved it. He's a baller, man. He's a baller.
Yeah. No, they're both good. And Kittle, he's a young guy. Actually, Dawson Knox was working out with him. So hopefully some of that rubbed off on him,
Yep.
So hopefully he learned from that. And he said he was working on those catches with Josh and Kittle. He didn't want to have those drop passes this year, as we know. Can't be doing that, man.
No, sir.
One thing was ex-Bill Spencer Long got cut. I mean, he wasn't unemployed for too long. The 49ers signed him since their offensive line, two of their offensive line actually opted out. So they brought in Spencer Long for some depth. Maybe he could win a spot there. Who knows? But good luck for him. Good luck to him, and hopefully he makes the 49ers.
Yes,
Can't badmouth the guy. He was all right.
No, I loved him. He was a big center. He was a big dude, 6'5". Did a lot for us, man. But I was kind of I was kind of a little shocked that they cut him. I don't know. You kind of pegged it though.
But I said he was one of those guys who could
one of the guys.
Cut. But when Feliciano went down, I was like, all right, Spencer Long might give him a shot
step in,
to get that spot. Next thing you know, it's gone. But when I saw Winters from the Jets get cut, I was like, the Bills are going to go after this guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not even that soon after. It was like picked up, 2 days later, I think it was?
Yeah.
I know it's not the NFL, but it hits close. The NCAA is canceling all sports championships for college football. So I think it comes because I think there was 8 team or conferences still saying, or 5 or 8 conferences saying that they still wanted to play, So I think the NCAA said, well, you know what? We're canceling the championships. So you're not going to.
What do you play for?
Well, they still have a different championship. I forgot which one it was. So they could play for something like that, but they don't have that NCAA Division I championship. So I guess you're not going to get the big old Sears trophy. So I don't know. But some teams still want to play. I know Alabama is one of those teams that want to play. I think it's the ACC. There's a few they say they want to play. Even Notre Dame ended up jumping ship and I think they're signing with the ACC or something like that, and bringing. I think it's a $15 million account that NBC's paying them to go play.
I don't know. You know who he asked for it? You know who knows about that?
That'd be Bobby back there with the
Bobby Blackjack. He probably. I'm surprised he hasn't chimed in just yet.
Yeah, he's probably on the porch sipping a Mai Tai or watching this and relaxing right now. So, all right, we talked about COVID-19 and COVID-19 reserve list. Finally, Duke Williams is off the COVID-19 reserve list, which is great. Now he can get in there and put in some work, catch up for 2 weeks that he hasn't been on there. So to make room for Duke's spot, last week we said hello to Akeem King, the cornerback. Now we're saying goodbye to Akeem King. Less than a week
Short-lived. Short-lived.
Guy gets chopped to make room for Duke. I get it.
Poor guy didn't even enjoy his honeymoon, man.
I know. It's part of the culture or this time of year.
It's the business.
Camp, man. Camp's kind of tough. But like I said to the other guys who got cut, yo, man, keep putting in the work. Somebody might call you. Either the Bills might call you back at some point if somebody gets sick, or you never know what other team out there will be looking for somebody that might bring you back. So another player coming, well, he's activated off the non-football injury list, Cole Beasley. So then we got another receiver coming back. You know, he passed his physical, so I guess his back's okay. He's going to get out there and start practicing with the guys. One thing you and I are going to have to do in a few weeks, or maybe next week or the week after that, is what do they got to cut the team? No, they don't do the cuts like they used to. They were going to go from 80 to 53, right?
53, yeah.
We're going to have to try to see who our rosters are going to be.
Man, that's going to be so tough. You're going to put me on the spot, man, because there's so much competition. I mean, I have an idea, but I've been wrong, so in a couple of situations.
We both have. But there's
even with Spencer Long, it would call me as a surprise, like
there's 81 players now because we can have that extra player because of the running back.
The COVID.
No. Christian Wade. Because Christian Wade's from the rugby league or whatever. He's a European player, so they don't really count it against us. So we're able to have 81 players. So we would have to chop over 27? No, less. 53. My math is off right now. So let's
18?
18 players right around there? No.
Let me see. 400,788.
28 players.
28 players. There you go. 28 players. Where the hell did I get 18 from? 28 players.
We're gonna have to do that and check it out and see how it goes. Now, big thing.
That's gonna be tough, man. I'm just thinking, I'm gonna make my roster this week. I'm gonna put it on a big whiteboard and start checking off, man. But it's gonna be a tough one, man. It's gonna be a tough one because it's gonna be a lot of guys that we're not. We're not Brandon Bean. We're not McDermott. We don't see what they see. You know what I mean? So on paper, everybody looks decent. Everybody looks good. But when they know what they're looking for. So it's gonna. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be some surprise cuts on there.
Well, I bet. The thing too is that we have to try to figure out what is it like 12, I think it was, practice squad positions. So some of these young guys might qualify, some might not. But see how many receivers they're going to carry. Me, when I play Madden, I always felt bad cutting on there. So just imagine cutting in real life. So
for sure.
Another big thing for us, for the Bills, was the Bills signed Sean McDermott to a multi-year contract. It's not really specifics aren't out, but after leading the Bills to 2 playoffs out of his first 3 years with the squad, another thing Sean said was like, hey, he can't envision himself working with anybody else as it goes to Brandon Bean. They're like hand in glove, they go well together. They're working well together. So
they need to get Bean signed again too.
Well, I don't know when his contract is, So another thing, where was it? The Gula said, hey, Sean's leadership on and off the field has been nothing but genuine and transparent, qualities we appreciate as owners. He is the same great person to us, to the players, everyone across all our organizations. We will never forget how impressed we were during his first interview. Sean's attention to detail was apparent back then, and his process-driven approach has brought great stability to our organization. We are happy to extend his contract and keep him in Western New York for many years to come," which is a great job. The guy has done a great job. Supposedly, again, the specifics aren't out, but somebody tweeted that now he's one of the top paid coaches, Jesus, in the league. So I mean, he's getting his due, And I told you this year he's going to win Coach of the Year. So
I hope so. I mean, I thought he would be in the running last year, but I think he got 1 or 2 votes only. But that puts him all the way through 2025. I think he had 2 years left on his contract, and they did a new 6-year contract that'll run through 2025, which I'm excited, man. I hope they keep him and Bean together. That's a great combo. You know what I mean? And sign Trey. And, that's pretty much my Christmas list, my wish list.
Yeah, we have to see how it keeps going, because if the cap gets cut like they're saying it might happen next year, things are going to get tight. I think we only had a few million. It depends, though, so we'll see. And another one they ended up doing was Deion Dawkins, our rookie from 3 years ago. Is on his final year of his rookie contract this year.
He got paid.
He was set to make $985,000 with $411. Now he got bumped up 4 years for $60 million. So,
beautiful.
He put in that work. The Bills rewarded him for it, and now he'll be tied down until 2024. So that was a big signing for the Bills to keep Big Deion on the squad. So they're doing what they've done the last few years. They're keeping the guys, homegrown guys. If they're working, putting in that work, doing what they're supposed to, they're getting their contracts. So I can't see why not. Like, Trey's not going to get it. Another guy who ended up tweeting the other day was one of our guys we like, Matt Milano. He's like, "I'm not worried about the contract, but I want to stay in Buffalo." He's just worried about this year.
That's a guy. He just wants to stay here, man. He just wants to stay here, which is awesome. That is awesome. That a player would, I know they're try and renegotiate, but there's some guys that love the culture here and just want to stay here. I mean, they're willing to take a pay cut, which is exciting.
Yeah, it's fun.
You want guys that actually want to stay.
Exactly, and he's put in that work, and he's earned his spot.
Yep.
And his speed is great for us. So your dad's voicing her opinion on Matt Milano right now, huh?
Man, my dog's going crazy. They're excited. They're excited for that contract. So
yeah,
that's a good thing.
She's like, they better sign him.
They better sign him. But I mean, what is he, franchise now? What do you think?
I don't know, but I'm
franchise
but I don't think they would have to franchise him. I think you can get
with the money they're paying him. Yeah, I mean, I know I'm talking about
Trey.
We're just talking about no, we're just talking about Dawkins.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, the left side. With that money they paid him, man, you might as well be franchise left tackle there, man. It's crazy.
Oh, well, he's going to be there for 4 years, so
yeah,
he's not going nowhere. Another
he ain't going anywhere now.
It was Cody Ford last year. One thing he was saying, he doesn't care if they put him on the tackle or the guard. He will play wherever they need him, Oh, man.
Boy, them dogs are going crazy, man.
Somebody attacking your house, man? What's going on?
Yeah.
That or she's barking at one of those West Nile flying around.
I'm trying to call him out. I need to get like a piece of chicken or some buffalo wing or something, throw it on the floor so they can be quiet.
What else do we have here? Just another note from the Patriots, Lamar Miller. They ended up signing him. So we're gonna have to face Lamar Miller if he makes the team. He's a beast as long as he's healthy. Besides that, I don't know what else we got here, man. What else you want to touch base on?
Man, I'm just excited for the season, brother. I mean, there's a lot of things to talk about. We got to see in 5 weeks we're gonna be playing the Jets. So as the game gets closer, we're gonna have breakdown of the matchups and who got who left and who's still around before the game.
What did
I'm excited.
Put up there? I missed that. I saw something that went up real quick, but I looked over here and it was gone. There it is. Feed those dogs, man.
That's what he said. Feed those dogs.
Now,
I'm gonna get him some wings.
Oh my goodness, get some of those buffalo wings. Yeah. You know what I'm missing though, because I would always watch them. Is when you used to go to the Buffalo Bills page and watch the matchups or the video, and there's no video because nobody's recording.
There's nothing around no more. Nobody's doing anything.
No, I think they're going to start letting some people in. I think they were saying the guy John Brown who covers the Bills. So I think they're going to start doing that. But man, it stinks. You can't even get like.
We're not going to get a good matchup. We're not going to see who's doing what. I mean, we're just going to have to see game day. I mean, that as fans is difficult because usually we're able to see camp and see how everything's going and see how everything's transpiring. It's like now, it's 5 weeks away. They're coming up. But on a quick note, man, I think this week in 1989, the Bills Hall of just a little thing there, little tidbit nugget. On March in '89, the Bills Hall of Famer Bruce Smith signed a 5-year, $7.5 million deal with the Denver Broncos. I don't know if you know that, but the Bills owner then, Ralph Wilson, decided to match the offer 6 days later, and Smith remained with the Bills until '99. So he matched that offer that the Denver Broncos had given for $7.5 million. It took 6 days, but he wound up matching it. And that's a little tidbit. He could have been a Denver Bronco, man. So something I thought you would like to know about that I found in the archives, deep in there in the dungeon of the archives.
Yeah, no, I think did we talk about that one day? But yeah, that would have stunk. It would have been good for him because he probably would have won a Super Bowl with Elway and them. But it would have stunk for us because I'm glad he stayed with us. He was a beast. He's one of my favorite Bills. So
absolutely. Another thing that we talked about with Trey when when you were talking about him last week and that situation with the COVID, a couple of days later he had went on Twitter and said, I quote, "I'll never blow my own horn or nothing, but I really put in work this offseason. It was like I was pissed off about last year." Scary, right? So the man's putting in work. He got a chip on his shoulder from last year's last game and everything. He's pissed, and with that's probably what his driving force to come back this year and not opt out. So a lot of these guys are coming in with a chip on their shoulder for what happened with that last game last year, that playoff game. And I personally thought we were going to go further than what we were, the way we were playing, especially in that first half, man. I was like, oh my gosh, this is in the bag. But then, things break down, things happen. So these guys are hungry. They're angry. They got a chip on their shoulder. They got the depth. They got the coaching. Everybody's back pretty much to capitalize on that mistake they made. So I'm excited about that. Just a little, just to throw that in a little bit.
Yeah, no, I saw that, and he's going to get even better working against Diggs every day. So that's another thing. They all feel a little disrespected because they don't get acknowledgement half the time, which is fine too. Another thing I saw, which was great, was Quentin Spann saying he'll go to war with Josh Allen any day.
Any day, yes.
Another thing,
Josh Norman talking about we got the best secondary in the NFL. I mean, these guys are pumped, man.
Oh, yeah, and they see this is a guy coming somewhere else. I know he wants to fit in, but he doesn't care. He usually speaks his mind, and he sees.
Absolutely.
Like, you could tell with these guys.
Levi Wallace talking about he's been putting in work too. So these guys are all being vocal about it too.
He put on 10 pounds of muscle so he wouldn't get pushed around as much, he said, this year. So I bet you're working on that tackling. Even Norman gave Levi some props for the way he's playing. So, they're going to go at it. They're going to go.
Yeah, man.
Good. Josh Allen said maybe they're going to wait for that game, that Thursday night game against Kansas City, where him and Mahomes could prove who has the stronger arm.
Man, listen, we talked about that before. I think Josh has a way stronger arm than Mahomes. It's just the accuracy issue. That's all. But I think
they both have guns.
Go ahead. They both have guns, but man, Josh has that raw talent power, man. He almost threw it out the doggone stadium, man. I mean, that's crazy. Hit the upper pressure box, man. That's insane.
The one thing is, I must say, I saw a shot. Somebody did 2 videos. One had Josh Allen on his knees and threw from his knees into the end zone. So from 50 yards out. from the 50-yard line. So that's actually what, like, I think
60
the end
yards,
zone's another 10 yards or
65.
15
Yeah,
yards. Yeah, it's like 65 yards, 60, 65 on his knees. Just tossed it.
that's crazy.
And then they had Mahomes toss one probably 3 yards out of the end zone, but I didn't see how far it went because I was looking
Yeah.
on my phone. That thing went pretty far too. They both have guns, both diesel. I mean, I hope Josh wins this one. You know,
So what did they decide to do? Do something like a halftime like they did before, or back in the day type stuff, or
I
what are
don't
they gonna
know,
do?
unless you want to wait till and after the game. Because my thing is, if you're gonna go there before the game,
Man, you gonna blow your arm out or something?
you throw your arm out.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be pissed. I'll be pissed.
Oh my
Like,
God,
what the
I'll
hell?
be
Why would you
pissed.
do that? You know, after the game maybe, but then after the game you can say, "Look, man, I'm tired, man. I threw for 40
Yeah.
passes." Or there might be something. I don't know, but they're saying most likely that Thursday night before the game or something. I don't know. Make something of
That'll
it.
be
We'll
that'll be
find out.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
That'll be crazy. Who you
And
got? Who you got?
I got Josh. I hope Josh wins. I'm going to root for Josh. You know, when it comes to Mahomes, I'm sitting put on that haterade because everybody loves him, and I play that hater rule because I don't like it that everybody loves. You know.
Hey, did you see my shirt? Look at this.
Ah, see that? There you go.
You like that?
That's what I need.
That's what my tank is full, man. Look at that.
Last week I was sipping on my haterade, but I forgot
Haterade.
to throw up my pinky because I'm classy. So,
oh, you crazy, man.
You know, that's what I said.
I just said I ain't gonna tell you what I got in my cup.
Listen, if the Bills don't do well, they're gonna have me busting out this. What? I'm gonna have to be like, like the old crazy man.
You're gonna be on the down low flask. Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
That ain't happening because we're gonna have a good year. We're gonna get everything.
Absolutely. And as the week and guys, as the week gets closer, I know we play the Jets first. If you're a Jets fan, feel more than welcome to comment. Heck, we might even have you on if you feel comfortable enough that you know your team. Come on and talk about your team. We ain't gonna trash you. It's just good competition and. No, I'm dead serious. We want to know what your feelings are in terms of matchups on how your DBs are going to do against our wide receivers and so on and so forth. So if you're a Jets fan, I know I got a friend named Alan Vasquez. He's probably going to come on. I got a couple guys, my brother-in-law, that they're diehard Jet fans. So, if they pop in, even if they comment, we'll comment on your comment just to follow up and let you know what we think.
Yeah, it's funny. I already have a few guys, like buddies, who are like, we're going to be on. I want to be on when the Jets come. But I'm going to have to see with Bobby. If they get to a point, we might have to cut them off. Like, shut off the mic, take them out.
Like a mute button? You talking about like a mute button?
Just mute them. Take their box out for a little bit. Let them cool off and come back. Because you have to keep a sane mind. You can't be just going all off.
Absolutely.
Like I said last week, too, is, all right, C.J. Mosley opted out. And they don't have Adams no more. Those are two big
Seattle, big name.
Yeah, so
I talked to a couple Jets fans, and they seem to be okay with it. They said, well, he would have been problems anyway, and so on and so forth. So I'm kind of mixed. I mean, he's a hell of a player, but then again, do you want to have somebody in the locker room that's going to divide the team? So it's kind of like, I feel for the Jets because they got rid of a great player. Personally, I think they got a great trade value for him. They got a couple first rounders, and they did really well, trading them over there. But you're losing a great player, but at the same time, you want to keep that locker room, in positive spirits.
Yeah, no, listen, they had to get rid of him because unless they were going to get rid of the coach, they had to let the guy go. They got 2 first-round picks, a third-round pick, and a safety out of it. So, hey, they got a good deal, but, he's a very good player. And now that was straight your middle linebacker in CJ. He's not going to be there. And Adams was a safety net behind him, and he's not going to be there. So that's good for the Bills. I mean, the Jets are going to get 2 first-round picks. I think they'll get a top 10 pick this year from their own pick. And the Seattle pick is going to be a high pick because Seattle's a good team. They're always going to be up there like in the top 20s or maybe higher. But still, you get 2 first rounds next year, which is good. I mean, good for them. It was smart. So, and I think they get 2. Actually, they got two first rounds 2 years in a row. Yeah, so they're gonna have 4 first round picks in the next 2 years, which is good for them. hopefully they'll mess up their picks and blow.
The AFC is going to be some in a couple years, man. That's why the Bills got to take advantage now. Now that the New England Patriots got 8 guys that are gone, that opted out.
Yeah.
The Jets are shorthanded, kind of. I mean, I still think they're a great football team. I mean, they beat us by one. I mean, we beat them by 1 point last year, so it was a good game last year. The second game, but they still have a great squad. So I'll give them props. The AFC is going to be something. And now, with all the expectation with Miami, with the quarterback, I think Tua will probably be in there within mid-season, but it'll be probably too late for them to do anything this year. See what happens.
Again, they made moves, so I don't know if he's really if he'll be there. He might. They're going to be competitive. They were competitive in a good amount of the games. They just lost. The Jets, I think they'll be fine. But if they're struggling, I think Darnold could be gone by halfway of the season. Not gone,
you think so?
But they might sit him.
Cut, bench, yeah.
Bench, They got Flacco in there. And
when they play the Bills, he might really be seeing ghosts, man. He might be in trouble.
I hope he is. I hope we whoop that butt. It's not positive. It's not a definite, but I hope we do. The thing is, I'll tell this: first 2 weeks of the NFL is probably going to be the ugliest football ever.
Absolutely, all feeler games, man.
Preseason, they're hitting with pads. I think for a week, maybe 10 days or something like that. So say 2 weeks of pad work. I mean, there's no real efficient.
You're gonna see a couple things out of that. You're gonna see a lot of rustiness. You're gonna see probably a lot of injuries, believe it or not, because people aren't used to really getting that full contact. Only a week or 2 weeks of pads. And they're probably only going to be going 40-50% in practice. They're not going to be going full blast. So once you get in that game situation, they're going full speed, rustiness, and then the game speed is way different than running around doing walkthroughs. So it's going to be those 3 things are going to be a factor that it could be anybody's game. The first 2 games could be anybody's. On paper we look like we're going to beat the Jets, but if we don't come out there ready, they're going to be in the same boat too. So it's just who plays the better than the ugliest team. The better of both. How do you say it? The
best is going to be just whoever's better, whoever's the best ugly or whatever.
The best ugly, yeah.
There's going to be a lot of jumping off sides. There's going to be false starts like crazy. It happens when these guys play in preseason games.
Absolutely.
There's no preseason games. So just imagine, I think whoever goes in there mentally like straight into camp and does everything on point like they're supposed to. One thing Josh Norman said was like, yo, these guys in practice play like it's the last down every time. So if they're practicing like that, they should be ready for the game.
They're saying that Josh Allen in walkthroughs is very intense. And during walkthroughs, I mean, he's putting his work, man. I hope he gets rewarded this year because he's definitely putting his work. He's out in California. He's out in Florida working with these guys, being the leader that he is. Even in walkthroughs, they say he's a leader. Who was it that said that? John Brown said that he's taking command as the leader on the team. He said he's done so much better than last year. He's excited to play. So that hearing comments like that gets me excited to watch him play. So like I said, the first 2 weeks are going to be ugly, but I think we have the edge, being that we have a lot of guys that have been together for a couple years. That's I think where the gelling and the camaraderie comes in. You know what I mean? The brotherhood of them being together for so long together. Like the only ones are going to be different, probably like, Moss, and on defense, probably Norman. You know what I'm saying? That they're going to be a little bit skittish because they're new to the system, even though Josh knows the system. But, when you're with a new team, it's different. It's totally different. The cadences, all the different stuff that comes out. The older guys will know what to do, but the newer guys are going to probably have a little bit of issue. So we'll see how it pans out. 5 weeks from Sunday. So.
And what do you got? Winters sliding into Feliciano's spot. We were looking at our whole offensive line coming back until Feliciano got hurt. So Winters hopefully slides in there. And
I see Winters on video pulling 3. I don't know if you saw it. He had a rope and was pulling the 3 pickup trucks. He was just gunning. And another little tidbit, he actually grew up walking distance from Orchard Park. He said his parents used to go to Buffalo Bills game when he was young. So that's kind of like a hometown guy. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
I saw on his Twitter post, I ended up hitting him up. I don't know if you noticed, but I was like, dude, you got to change your colors because he still was wearing He was wearing Jets stuff.
Yeah.
Change that, man. You're in Buffalo now. You better stop that.
Well, what happened was he was using that, and after he got all sweaty, he was going to wash the cars with it. So, I can't blame him.
I hope so. One thing he did say, he said he used to hate coming and playing in Buffalo because the crowd was loud and everything. So
he's glad that we're on his side now. That's what he quoted.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I mean, man, I don't know what else we'll talk about. We got.
I'm excited. 5 more weeks, man. We're gonna come. Some news is gonna keep popping up, so we'll keep you guys updated. Whatever pops up every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. You can catch us where?
Here, I-95 Sports Network and channel 198 Zingo TV, and on Viva Los Bills group on Facebook. You guys could just join. Just go there. I left it so anybody could join. You're a Bills fan, join. You're not a Bills fan, join. You could post on there. Everything's welcome as long as you don't get crazy. Everything's welcome. Keep it PG. Besides that, I think that's it. Also, if you missed the show, you can always find it on I-95 Sports Network. I also put it on Viva Los Bills on YouTube. Always put it up there as a backup. I mean, not many people go there, but hey, subscribe, like the videos. If you miss them, you could always watch it on there. So that's cool too. I don't know, man. When you want to start trying to cut rosters, dude? Next
2 more weeks. Nah, too early, man. Too early. 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks.
2 more weeks.
Get that board up and look at the players and go from there. And then,
yeah, man. I mean, a lot of things can happen, but once, like I said, once anything happens, we got a lot of outlets, sister outlets. Buffalo Bills, Cold News Report. Shout out to Fred Kilmartin. Bill Hatch, all the guys that keep us informed. Jeremy Kroom, Jason Kroom, huh?
Bill, hey Bill, you're watching. Oh, man, where's my patches, dog?
Oh yeah. I sent him my address. That's right. I want my patch so I can wear it proudly.
Oh, man, keep it up. I'm gonna have to send somebody from the light side over there. No, if I Luke somebody.
For sure. Shout out to Fred Kilmartin keeping the Cold News Report up to date. I see the updates and interviews, and they're doing a great job. They're doing a great job over there. So
yeah, I mean, those guys are cool. The Buffalo Bills Zone, I put on Buffalo Mania, Buffalo Bills. Hey, somebody saying what's up to you?
What's up, Pete? From my old time. I think. Hey, Pete, what are you? You a Giants or a Jets fan? I can't remember. I think you're a Jets fan, Pete. But if you're a Jets fan, 5 weeks from now, come on in when we play the Jets and throw your 2 cents in.
Throw them out
for sure.
Buffalo Bills backers and Buffalo Bills pride. A lot of these groups we belong to, we show them love, and they show us love sometimes by throwing up our videos also. So anyway, I guess we're going to start cutting it. Oh, he's a Giant fan.
Giants fan.
We don't play the Giants this year.
Nah, unless we see him in the Super Bowl, but I don't think you're going to make it, Pete. Sorry. Love you, Pete.
I don't think they're making it either. Besides that, I guess we're going to sign off. We're going to cut it short a little bit today. Bobby, anything? Oh, by the way, on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 o'clock, you got the K&K show. You want to check those guys out as well. Besides that, I guess we're going to start closing down shop, man. Sounds like your cup is done. Let's go Big Blue. And he's talking about Buffalo when it comes to Big Blue. Anyway, for Bobby,
we'll have updates on the Giants, on everybody, on the NFL. As soon as news comes out, we'll pop up and say whatever comes up in the news for sure.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated.
Bobby, you behind there? You behind that iron curtain?
Bobby,
there he is.
Yeah, we don't have my mosquitoes out here.
You gotta watch out for that West Nile. You hear it now? We got COVID and West Nile mosquitoes.
That's back. Oh,
it's
boy.
Crazy. Yeah. So just another thing to add to 2020.
And there's sea lice down the shore too. See that?
I did not see that.
Goodness. Sea lice down by the Jersey Shore. Wherever the heck that is. Now we got sea lice too.
Yeah. Those mermaids aren't washing their hair, I guess. What the hell?
Halloween. No joke.
Can you imagine?
What was going on? I mean, what's going to happen to Halloween?
Oh, man.
Everybody's already wearing masks.
There's gonna be killer clowns running around. Watch, freaky looking clowns. That's gonna be the big thing.
But that was what? How many years ago? 3-4 years ago, the clowns were walking all over the place.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, down in your place too, in Florida, there were some creepy guys walking around.
Oh yeah. Not me. I'm not even gonna say. I come home and shut the door quick. It's like that. Yeah. It's like that movie. I don't know if you ever saw Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This old retro movie. That was one of my favorite movies. So if I see a clown in the street now, I ain't even gonna. I'm out. I ain't even gonna give him a chance.
I like clowns, so they don't bother me. I don't know. My girlfriends are terrified of clowns. I'm like, why? They're clowns. I like clowns. Anyway, I guess we're gonna close up shop. Finish the week.
You got anything to add, Bobby?
Huh? Oh, Bobby.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Bobby wants
to get in. Plugs? Any plugs? Anything you gotta promote?
Beyond the Buzzer Sports starts in a half hour, 9 o'clock sharp. The prime time rundown with Joey. Joey and his crew. That's tomorrow night, I believe, 8 o'clock. And I guess we have NHL hockey playoffs, right? Just started.
Yeah, a few days ago, man. Did you see that one game going 5 overtimes? Freaking Tampa Bay Lightning against the Columbus Blue Jackets. 5 overtimes to win the game. There was record set. Tampa's goalie, I think, had over 70-something saves, which was a record. And Seth Jones, player from the Blue Jackets, set the record for the most ice time. It's some crazy, insane amount. In the second, I think it was the second overtime or third, these guys were skating. I thought Tampa was going to win it then because they were dragging. You could just see how slow these guys were. They were just dead. And it ended up going to 5 overtimes, which was ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah. But to me, listen, the playoffs finished a while ago because the Rangers didn't make it. So I was like, whatever. But they did get the number 1 draft pick for this year, which was good.
That was fixed.
It's not fixed. You're a devil guy, Bobby.
You have to leave that for the KK show, man.
That's good stuff, though. Oh, he is a devil fan. That's horrible, Bobby.
All right, guys. Have a great show.
Have a good one, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Yeah,
same time, 7:30 next Thursday night. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more info on the Buffalo Bills, and if not, we'll still have some info across the NFL. So I appreciate you guys coming on and tuning in.
And if anything, leave us comments, questions, anything you guys want next time. Just let us know. We'll talk about it. Put it up there. Bobby will always throw you guys out there. Anyway, good night. Viva Los Bills. Go Buffalo.
Go Bills. Go
Peace
Bills.
Out. Love, peace.